To the Virgo channel. My name is Laura, if you're new to the channel. Now, anything of any importance or relevance, you can find in the description box. That is about the channel. If you want to enter into winning a free reading, the directions will always be in there. All important links will be in there. So all that good stuff. Now, if you're new to the channel, know that I like to look at more than just what goes on the surface. I like to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, see how they play out as karmic themes within your experience. This allows you to look at your situation from a different perception, which a lot of times is very healing all in itself. But I always like to take it a step further and see what other healing things we can implement into the situation. I should say, what other healing perceptions can we look at our situation that will allow us to shift out of a trigger? A lot of times when we're dealing with a soulmate, twin flame, or any type of soul relationship, they're karmic. So they potentially have the power to trigger us emotionally because they're divine relationships. Divine relationships are relationships that come into our life to teach us about ourselves. So I was shuffling a little bit before and a card dropped out, and the word maliciousness is the card that fell out. So that's the word you're going to write in your comment bar if you want to enter into winning a free reading with me. You'll know if I chose you, if I wrote the word winner underneath. If I did, we'll just correspond back and forth on YouTube, figure out the best day and time that works for us. And the day that we decide, I'll send you the link right to your email. Easy peasy. So you never have to worry. A lot of people always worry like they're not going to be able to find the link or figure out how to get on the day of their reading. Easy. So the word of the day, which is always the word of the video, is the word that you write in your comment bar, but it's always the word that I like to open up my readings with as well. And it's because it's how spirit likes to tell me where to begin. Otherwise, I wouldn't know where to begin. So I feel as if, you're in separation with someone because they acted like an asshole. And why I say that, it's like they deliberately did things to try and upset you. They're used to getting what they want. They're very manipulative. They like to gaslight. They like to play dirty to get what they want. This person is not emotionally intelligent. So they'll never really feel comfortable in telling you how they truly feel about you. They'll say things like how good looking you are and how sexy you are and how they want to touch your body and all that, but they'll never be able to say, I really truly have feelings for you. Like this person was coming from that place. They do have feelings for you. It's not like they don't, but they refuse to be vulnerable and thinking if they actually share how they feel that they're coming across as weak. So they deliberately do things to create like toxic environment so that, they get people that create big emotional crazy over them. And I feel like you didn't do that. But I feel like you're dealing with somebody that's damaged. So someone that's connected to you. It's not that they don't have feelings for you. They have feelings for you, but the way that they approach relationships is distorted. They're not emotionally intelligent. So they don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to listen. All of that is a problem when you're in a relationship. You have to be able to communicate. This person likes to play games. This person likes their ego fed. And this is why I'm saying that like, the energy is like they're just malicious. They do things like to deliberately get underneath your skin. You're like, this is someone that likes me. Yeah, someone that cares about you, that does like you, but unfortunately they're damaged. So their idea of liking you is almost as if they own you, as if you need to act and react the way that they want you to, that they want to treat you the way that they want to treat you, but they expect you to give 100%. They have no problem coming into a relationship, any relationship, and, you know, offering like a tiny bit and expecting like everything. You know, they're very grossly imbalanced. Like, and I feel like they have a big ego. And they have a big ego because they're good looking and they play games and they've always played games. And so, unfortunately, because they've gotten away with the games that they've played, that's what's given them the big ego. I just don't think that it worked on you. It's like it might have worked for a little bit, but you're in separation now. And ironically, I feel like they almost feel like you're being mean to them. Okay, right. I'm going to just pull like 3 cards from this deck to see unaware. So this person is like really unaware of what they do. They're someone that is full of trauma when it comes to relationships. So I feel like, again, they're not emotionally intelligent on top of it. So the combination is bad, but they're not really aware of why their relationships don't work out. That's what I'm getting at. So they feel like they don't listen to their gut because that would make them also have to feel their intuition. They'd rather, again, strategize because they like to be in control of the relationship. They're not conscious of this behavior, which tells me, again, it's trauma, and it's because they're very insecure. So I feel like this person is might even come across as if they're younger than you, even if they're not younger. And that's because of what I keep saying, that they're just not emotionally intelligent. So their way is to like try and get underneath your skin to get you to react. So then they don't have to open up and start a conversation with you. They would almost rather you yell at them now or get into a fight with them now. So then they know how you feel. So I'm feeling like you're going to run into this person, and I'm telling you, you better not like give them anything. Treat like be like monotone, like or like neutral is what I'm trying to get at. Monotone. Listen to me, neutral. Like don't give them anything because this person is intuitively trying to figure out which they're strategizing, so they can't really even feel intuitively. That's the issue, because if you're in that logical, analytical mind, you're not intuitively feeling anything. So that's the thing. This person is going to look to see how you react. They want to see a sign from you. They want to see something from you before they approach you. And I feel like they're insecure because they know that they didn't treat you right either. And I feel like when they met you, they kind of felt like you weren't as confident. They see you as someone now a lot differently from the person that they originally met. Also, I feel like when you first met this person, they were cocky. And now it's almost like they're insecure where they feel like you're cocky. Like the roles have almost reversed. It's again, and they have a lot of anxiety confronting you. And they have a lot of anxiety confronting you. And they actually feel like you almost have anxiety too, because I feel as if this person played so many games that they pushed it to a point that this really is not repairable. And that's the anxiety that they have. They have anxiety because they already know that they pushed this to a certain point. And because they played games, they would rather like play games and really have a conversation, really be vulnerable. And like I said, I don't feel like this person listened to what your needs were. It was all about them. It was all about themselves. So they're quite aware of how they treated you. I feel like they're ashamed now, but there's a part of you, Virgo, that I don't really believe that you'll be able to forgive this person 100%. Like it's really hard for you to forgive this person because it's like they knew what they were doing. again, the blind spot. It's like, like, I don't feel like I don't think that you're going to forgive them. I feel like this is what all that you're going to see. And that's really the blind spot. That sometimes when a person does something and there's a lack of accountability, there's a lack of forgiveness. Like, this person wants to be in your life, but they want to be in your life on their terms. And so the thing is, I feel because you're not giving them anything, that it actually triggered their abandonment issues. There's almost like a sense that they want you more. But like I said, there's a blind spot with you now where you're like, I can't really see us being together. And they know it. That's where the anxiety comes from. They know that they pushed it to a point that this is not your, again, escape, because that's the thing. They always wanted to like never really be in a relationship. They always had one foot in, one foot out. And really, I'm feeling with you, you're just being with this person, like, because you don't trust them. There's almost like a sense that you always have to look for an exit plan out too, because you don't feel safe. It's like, even if you had feelings at this point, and I feel like some of you guys still have feelings, Virgo, so a lot of you guys don't. You said because this person was mean, they were malicious, they played games. They're not 100% aware of what they do, but for a lot, they're not aware to the full extent, but they're aware of a lot of it. They're insecure, the anxiety that they have, just in general with relationships, the anxiety that now that you have dealing with this person that's insecure. And I feel like that's the blind spot. And the thing is, it's like when you don't feel safe, of course you're always going to look to for a way out. It's, again, this person is triggering you. And there's a lot of mirroring going on, how this person like did all this stuff to you, where I feel like they were mean. They, again, always had one foot in, one foot out. Again, just they would have blind spot in how they perceived you, because they weren't getting to know you. They didn't take the time to get to know you. Now it's like all this is changed. Now this is all shoes on the other foot. And let me tell you something, just because there's a sense that they know that they blew it. They know that they blew this connection. That's why they have anxiety. They're just hoping that you still have some sort of feeling. It's, again, narcissism. Look at this narcissism. That's why there's a sense that you just are like, no, I don't trust this person. And so, again, they were selfish, very selfish person. So this is what you're dealing with. And so whenever we're dealing with a narcissist, can't even, I mean, we're gonna pull cards to see what the hidden truths are, even though we know when we're with a narcissist that you're never gonna be happy when you're with a narcissist, because no matter what you do, it'll never be good enough. It's like being in a relationship with someone that it's impossible. So, and that's kind of like I said, where it said they're wounded, they're unaware. And they're unaware that they're a narcissist. But when a person's a narcissist, you can't love them enough. You can't give them enough attention. You can't react or respond the way that they want you to respond. They not even if they were open to it. Let's just say they were open to you doing that. You would, if you were someone that could do that, you would lose yourself. They would suck out your entire life force, like with you trying to mold to who they want you to be. But that isn't even possible. They won't even let you do that. If you are someone that, because I've seen women and men try to mold to what the narcissist wants. And the thing is, it's just never good enough. It's always, at first, it's love bombing, and then it goes into like a horrific games, nothing but games, nothing but, like I said, but what it was with you in the beginning. This person that is insecure, they're malicious, they're mean, they only care about themselves. They want everything from you. They didn't want to give anything. So it's again, but unfortunately, narcissists still believe that they have feelings. So, it's like, because everybody has feelings. So let's see what they are. You were the best thing in my life. See, it's like, I feel like you walked away and you triggered their abandonment. And that's why they're like, oh, you're the best thing in life. Yeah, now that they did all the damage, see, like they're like, wait, now that you're not with them, but if you were with them, you would not be the best thing in their life. They tend to like to remember things the way just being near you is intoxicating. I feel like, yeah, narcissists like to be with people that give energy, that, someone that are seen as popular, that have a lot going on, that are liked, they want to be with the cream of the crop. They don't want to be with just anybody. So of course, that's how they perceived you. So it is intoxicating because their energy is they hate themselves. So they're somebody that has low energy. Only people that love themselves and you have vibe and high, do you have a lot of energy? I feel like this person is a vampire. And they were malicious and mean and manipulative, and I lost myself for a while. I feel like it's all about them all the time. So like I feel like they are somewhat remorseful that you're not in their life, because they see that you're a good thing, but I still don't think that this person is capable of being in a relationship. And I think when you left, it triggered their abandonment. They weren't used to somebody actually standing up for themselves and leaving. And I don't think that they thought that they were going to have this feeling, this depth of feeling, because they normally don't have deep feelings for anyone except for themselves. And so now that you left, then you triggered their abandonment, they kind of put you on a pedestal. And so it's again, they lost themselves in a while because it triggered their abandonment, their issues. So, we'll ask, are they going to do anything? Now, I would ask, why would you attract a narcissist into your life? We have to ask that question because when we attract a narcissist, it doesn't mean that we're a narcissist, because a lot of times we'll be like, well, like goes to like. Well, no, we attract what we need. So you might have been raised by a narcissistic parent. You might have dated someone that was a narcissist. Usually we've been in an experience with somebody that was a narcissist and felt like we didn't have control over our life, and or lost ourselves, where to the point that it actually sucked our life. We felt like it sucked our life force from us, and we felt really broken after that relationship. So whenever we go through an experience like that, where there's such a deep trauma from a relationship like that, it creates that wound, and we then tend to attract people like that. And it's not because we want that, it's because unconsciously we seek it out, and we always seek it out to try to relive the experience, but from a bed to like fix the situation, to relive the situation, to fix it, only a lot of times we don't fix it because we don't realize how we contribute to the undesirable life experience. So what I see here is this person's not doing anything. What I see is it's like they realize what happened. They realize that it was their way. Again, that they played games, and that's why you're not in their life. They thought that, you would just let it go. They thought that maybe, a time would pass. That's what they're used to, people caving. That didn't happen. And I think that this person um, knew down deep inside that they should have reached out, but they refused to. And they wanted to get a reaction from you. They were being an asshole. Like I said, they knew that they didn't treat you right to begin with. And instead of repairing the relationship, they tried to trigger you so that you would get upset. That's not what happened. You left. So that's why, like you said, and the blind spot that you see is, like you said, I don't think that you can see anything now except for this, like that this is what they did. So, and that they lost themselves for a while, like they were almost like traumatized from the situation. So we always have to ask, like I said, why would you pull in a relationship like this? Because there's nothing you can do with this. We tend to attract karmic relationships. It's part of our evolution. It's part of how we evolve, I should say. It's that we pull in people to us that make us think and to think about how we're treating ourselves, what we're worth. And really, when we have wounds, unfortunately, we don't know that we have those wounds. That's where the blind spot comes into play. I think that your person was hoping that you were wounded. I think when they first met you, they perceived that you were because you were friendly, you gave time. This person doesn't give a lot of time to anybody. So they misread you is what I'm really feeling. So again, rebellious. It's like I feel like you were raised by like somebody that was a narcissist, and that they perceived you as you were like a rebel when you really weren't. I feel like you had to stand up for yourself, and I feel like but standing up to a rebel when you're a child, and if that rebel is your parent, like, or like standing up to a a parent when you're a child, that would be rebellious, right? But I feel like there was a sense of feeling like you were bad because of it. Um, and sometimes that happens if we're raised by a narcissist that isn't treating us right and we're standing up for ourselves, we're seen as the bad child, the wild child. And then, but then there are consequences. And those consequences are like that the narcissist parent now is not going to talk to us, going to ignore us, that's going to make us feel bad, that's going to gaslight. So I feel like that childhood wound of growing up with a narcissist and never learning how to deal with that parent, affected you. I feel like that's one reason. And also to be a little rebellious, that sometimes we need to do that. To again, sing. And I feel like that's to just speak your truth, to stand up for yourself, to be able to not mold like what someone else wants you to be. Like, I mean, everybody has their own unique individuality. Narcissists don't want you to have an individuality. Like, they don't want you to have anything of your own. They see you as an extension of themselves. Now, here it is. I feel like you're someone that's popular. You're someone that, is different and unique, possibly could even be seen as a little, uh, I wanted to say rebel, but like in a good way, not in a bad way, in a way that's like someone that has courage and is courageous. And what's so ironic is everything that this narcissist like fell in love with you for, and when they didn't even realize that they were growing feelings, but why they admire you and why they see who you are now is everything that they would crush if they actually had the chance to be with you, because they want those traits. They're attracted to you because of the fact that you have friends, the fact that you are different, the fact that you do stand up for yourself, the fact that you wouldn't put up with this, the fact that you're not afraid to express your uniqueness. They don't have that. They don't feel good enough about themselves. And I feel like, again, when we are raised by someone or date a person that's like that, the psychological trauma of now how that person made us feel not safe, made us feel, again, that we couldn't be safe, that this is how this person was trying to make you feel. They were trying to manipulate you into doing what they wanted you to do, because it's not like they didn't have feelings. They have feelings, but they're like, I have feelings, but I don't want to be vulnerable. So I'm going to play all these games, and I would rather get underneath your skin, make you feel bad, trigger the shit out of you, make you feel bad about yourself. Then I know how you feel. And again, a narcissist. It's like, and I want to come in and get all the energy from you. And you might be lucky to get a little bit back from me. And now that they're not in a relationship with you, they miss you so much. Okay, time and attention. Well, obviously, we're like being raised by a parent, because these are your inner child wounds. We have to say, why would you attract a person like this? One needed to be healed. So if you attracted a narcissist, well, at the time when you were brought up, you didn't get the time and attention. And when you didn't get the time and attention, you have to entertain yourself. You have to find yourself. And a lot of times that could be seen as being like rebellious, because you don't care to just mold and be good. You were like finding yourself and actually having to stand up for yourself. You're seen as bad, even though you're not really bad. Like I said, because you're just expressing yourself. You're just, so like I said, I feel like those were things that were wounds in childhood, that those were things. And this person, it was like kind of going back into the situation and reliving that situation with a person that plays games, makes you feel bad for essentially not playing their game. Instead of having a conversation, they have to, everything's a production. And that's what people do when they try to make you, again, try to hook your energy. This person didn't want to give you anything, but they wanted everything from you. So how can they do that? Well, by playing with your head, by, playing games. So we have to ask, I'm going to just pull this deck, which is when we are ending a card reading like this, that's like the person was a jerk. They were a narcissist. You were in a relationship with a narcissist that played games. The best case scenario, like I said, that we could say is, why would you attract this person? And sometimes after we have ended the relationship, we could still even feel like that they took something from us, and because, you still have feelings for a narcissist before you know that they're a narcissist. A lot of times we give time, we give energy, we give love, we've wanted to make this relationship work. Some people even have children with a narcissist. Again, then they've created lives with a narcissist. So even ending that but difficult relationship is still hard. So we have to say, what other healing energy can we add to the situation? Or how should we look at this situation? Being true. I am true to myself and others. I remove my mask and stop creating illusions. I have confidence in who I am, and I reveal the good in me. I do not need to hide or prove anything. I replace shame with the power of love and truth. I feel like your person needs to learn how to be true, because I feel like narcissists are they lie about who they are, and they lie about who they are because they have a deep sense of shame. So that's number one. I think for you, it's these are tests. Being true to yourself. And that is the most difficult thing to do a lot of times, because people would like to utilize your energy for them. And in this situation, this person does have feelings, but they're a narcissist, and the narcissist feelings, like, they can only love you as they love themselves, and this person doesn't love themselves. So their way of love is ownership. And like, the reason why is because I feel like they hold on to shame. And so for you, it's to be true. And when you are true, eventually a person like this is not going to be able to stay in your life. A narcissist wouldn't stay in your life. They want to be with somebody that they can control, that they can manipulate. And when you're being true to yourself, and you continue to be true to yourself, and you've said no and you've walked away from these type of people, then you're open to the right types of people to come into your life, and the right experiences to come into your life. So I just feel like that it was karmic, and it was, unfortunately, because you grew up in an environment like this, you didn't learn all the spiritual truth. So here it was, the same exact one. And now that you've passed it, that it's going to be even easier if another narcissist comes into your life, or chances are you won't even pull in the narcissist into your life, because you'll be living from your truth. And when you live from your truth, then you're putting yourself first. And narcissists never want to be with someone that puts themselves first. They want to be put first. So I'm going to leave that there, Virgo. You let me know whether you resonated with this video. And if you did, don't forget to write the word maliciousness. Maliciousness. How can we forget that word? It's such a narcissistic word. You know what I mean? When you think of a narcissist, what do you think of? You think that, again, that they're mean. They're not always mean in your face. It's usually passive aggressive. It's usually underhanded, where they get right underneath your skin. So it's such a perfect word for this video. All right. I'll talk to you all soon. Bye.